Today we're gonna be talking about our least favorite things about Red Dead Redemption 2. My least favorite is the clunky controls. I think the controls are very clunky in a way, and I feel like you don't really move naturally in the game. You know, like when you go to pick up an item or something, he'll kind of like Arthur or John will kind of shift around, and like it's just very unorganic. I feel like Rockstar's always had this problem.
Yeah, with
Something,
like all their like openish games. They
yeah,
the controls are a little like odd, you know what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know how to do like sneaking, you know what I mean? Like that's the perfect way I would explain
No.
it because like the sneak factor, you always have very finite controls. Rockstar doesn't know how to.
And
You
it's
go to turn
yeah.
right and you run 5 feet before you turn.
Yeah, it's just very it doesn't feel very what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel very
Smooth, smooth.
reactive. Like it doesn't feel
Okay.
very alive. Like it feels kind of like stagnant. It feels like your
Right,
input is
right.
delayed at times. Like you'll hit a
Yeah.
button and then it won't happen, you know? And it just the whole game feels like that. And eventually you just get used to it, but I think it could have been better.
Yeah, so the lifespan of the game just felt too short, you know, like,
Really?
and not the game itself, but like they didn't update multiplayer really. Multiplayer was delayed to begin with,
Yeah.
you know, and then here they only took care of it for like maybe a year after, if that.
Mhm.
And then they just kinda let it go, and they started focusing on, what is it called? GTA again, and I don't know, man. It just felt like they didn't care about it as much. They just released it, and that was it. I don't That's the shame of it, because it really is like, it's a beautiful game, and there's a lot they coulda done to keep it going.
They put 10 years into making it or whatever, however many years, and then just let it go after so,
Yeah,
you know.
it lasted like a year. It's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah, I think my next point goes off of that. It's Red Dead Online. It's really bad. We have a whole video talking about how bad Red Dead was online and how much of
Mhm.
a missed opportunity it was. Honestly, I was thinking about it, and what they could have done is like instead of just if they didn't care about online, which they clearly didn't, they could have just like made it so you could play the campaign co-op. Like if you could have someone join in your game and they would play as one of the camp members, and like you could just be in the game together and you could have like banter back and forth. Like imagine you could just play as like Sadie or Charles, you know, in like a co-op thing. And the main person is still Arthur. I think that would have been a lot cooler than what we would have gotten. And I mean, I just hated Red Dead Online. I hate it with like every fiber in my body. I don't like Red Dead Online. It's
Yeah,
really
like I
bad.
said, I've said it in the other video. People aren't the same either. You know, like you used to actually get along with people online. Now it's like the first person that sees you, they shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's gonna take me to my other one. No Undead Nightmare. What like
Okay.
that was one of the best things of what is it called? Of Red Dead 1 was the Undead Nightmare add-on. And then like you fought against the undead with your friends, you know? But there wasn't anything. We got teasers for it and stuff, but nothing ever came of it, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a shame.
Now in hindsight, I see why they didn't do it. It's just
Yeah,
because
'cause they
like
gave up.
yeah, it just wouldn't have been worth their resources in their eyes. It just wouldn't have
And
been
really,
worth their
that's the
resources.
shame of it, is if they would've just, like, you know, if they would've given a little more love to the game after it came out, like, as much as they did when it was, you know, being made, it'd probably still be a pretty popular game.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not popular, I'm just saying, like, it's just some of the things that are causing the game to, like, lose people
Yeah, it feels like it wasn't designed to like keep
to
people.
last.
Yeah, yeah, but it has lasted with like people. Like people still
Oh,
love to
yeah.
talk about it, but it's like in terms of actual like things about it, there's just nothing left. You know.
It's not like some of these other games that people are, you know, still sticking true to after, you know, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, you know?
Literally GTA. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good for some reason.
The next thing for me is kind of a minute thing, but it's the camp features. I think the camp is so cool and it's so nice to be around the camp, but you can
Mhm.
literally play the game without like going to the camp. Like you have to go for main missions and stuff, but like you don't have. You know, like
Yeah,
there's
right.
no enticing thing to go to the camp other than it's the camp where all the missions are. Like upgrading the camp kind of sucks. Like you don't really have a lot of custom like options and stuff. It feels like there's I don't know, like it could have been like a whole fortress builder, you know? Like because it's such a cool aspect, but then it just feels like it's underserviced. I just think it could have been better.
I gotcha. So that's gonna go into my next point, which
Hmm.
I said it's the shame of it is it's a prequel. You know, it's not anything new, and you kind of know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
to an extent.
Yeah.
Like you already know that Jack is gonna survive, Abigail's gonna survive, John's gonna survive,
Yeah.
Dutch is gonna survive. It kind of takes away from it. You know what I mean?
It spoils a lot of the characters.
Yeah, and that's the shame of
I
it.
don't know what they could have done.
That's something I didn't like about it, and it's just a personal thing, you know, like, prequels are cool. It did explain a lot. I loved Arthur, he's a great character, but it's just a lot of it was you kinda could guess what was gonna happen, you know, I didn't expect Arthur to live.
Yeah, Yeah, no. I honestly feel like it would have been better if he did, but maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. Like maybe he just rode off into the sunset, you know, like
Yeah.
or settled down or something. But there would be no way to explain why he wasn't. I don't know. They wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, they did.
One thing that a lot of people have mentioned that I've seen, like I've heard people say this about the game that they don't like, and it's a thing that I think Rockstar doesn't like all their games. When you have a mission like in Red Dead, you don't have any options on how to do it. You have to do it in their very specific, lined out way.
And if you go off script, that's it.
Yeah, like you literally you have to stand in this position to hide behind, you know? You have to shoot with this gun or you have to do this thing. Like and it's so specific, like you can't do it in any other way. It hands holds you to the point where it feels like you're not actually in control of the game. It's the same way GTA is. GTA just holds your hand through every mission. I don't know, it just doesn't it feels like you're just experiencing a movie at that point.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I didn't have that problem when I played, but I definitely can see it and I think that a little bit of freedom when how to do mission would go a long way.
So I know there were plans to have Gorma in and be more like
Yeah.
part of it. I mean, Mexico and Gorma, they just aren't that present. You know what I mean? It's almost just like they're there. Like Gorma just comes out of nowhere.
It does.
There's nothing that really is like, oh hey, look, we're going to Gorma. No, it's like, oh, we're on a place now. Oh, we're off a place.
Yeah.
It's just something that I don't personally like. I know there were plans to make Gorma bigger and to like have more stuff going on, and I really wish that they would have stuck with it because if we're gonna get dropped to this random place, I would really enjoy actually like exploring it.
Right.
But, I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like the epilogue. I feel like I was disconnected through the epilogue. I feel like I
Mhm.
didn't care anymore. Once I started playing as John, I did like building the house, but that was like it. That's literally
right.
the only part. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even care getting my revenge on Micah, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I just literally did not care about getting my revenge on Micah. And it was like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what I was doing in the epilogue. I don't know what we were doing at that point. Like, I know it's just an epilogue, but like, I just feel like it was a waste of you could have just ended the game there. You could have just
Yeah, I
ended
got
the
you.
game there. I like what they did and like, hey, let's play with a different character, but I like it better when I would have liked it better if we just could play with Arthur and the whole world was just open to Arthur then. Like
Yeah.
you go back to right before he died, playing wise,
Yeah.
and you just play, you know, like and you can go to New Austin and you can go to like, you know, Tumbleweed and like all these places. Like
And like there's other games that do that. So it's
yeah.
not like it's unheard of.
Yeah, it's come on, man. We played the whole game with Arthur, and you're telling me we can't go to this one spot with him no matter what we do? Come on, that's so unrewarding. That's so unsatisfying.
See, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, so my last talking point I got down here is actually close to what you were mentioning. You're not able to access New Austin with Arthur, which is
Yeah.
absolutely stupid. He never went there once, besides for the failed bank robbery. There's this whole section that's just shut off
Yeah.
for no reason.
100%. 100% agree. And I feel like it's bad. It sounds like we're just hating on the game, but it's genuinely one of the best games of ever. So
But yeah, really.
but you know, there are some bad things. It's impossible to make a perfect game. So but yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, make sure you let us know what you didn't really like about Red Dead.